And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and I am back with a third video today, man. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Other generic YouTube stuff, like comment, whatever, all that stuff. We're going to be talking about limited today. So this is the squad that I am running in my team limited this weekend. So as you can see, you got to fill your lineup with the fastest, I have air quotes up, players in my team. Now, they don't really provide any type of context as to what players will be eligible or not. You just have to go by the little ring. So we're using JARRETT Jack at point guard. I recommend using JARRETT Jack over using either of your two amethyst or above players on a point guard, because JARRETT Jack is either a slight step worse or as good as majority of the point guards available. Tony Roten is who I'm using off the bench. That's in case I run into like a Ben Simmons or something like that, somewhere where I need a little bit more size and defense. I can swap those two. Now I'm using Rudy Fernandez as my shooting guard. The reason for that, I need an offensive spark plug. Now typically I use Terry Dissinger, but Rudy Fernandez is just easier to get a hold of. Off the bench, I'm using Rex Chapman because I am wet with Rex Chapman. Also, he's cheap. I'm trying to keep these players as cheap and humanly possible. Now, I wouldn't recommend running like an Eddie Jones or something in this slot, and the reason for that is there's so many good 3-and-D rubies that there's just no point in using a diamond 3-and-D guy. Same with like Aaron Afalo and Norman Powell. They're fine players, but at the same time, yeah. Like I said, I usually use Terry Dissinger, but you can also get away with using like a Danny Granger, or obviously like a Tracy McGrady or a LeBron or something if you want to move one over to the small forward. Wouldn't recommend running like a Cam Reddish just because he's more of a 3-and-D guy as well. Same with like a Scottie Pippen. Glenn Rice is another somewhat interesting option. You could pick him up for about $20K right now. He's very good offensively. He shoots a very good three-pointer. Rudy Fernandez is just a little bit more well-rounded than Glenn Rice. Like Glenn Rice does rebound a little bit better, but Rudy Fernandez pretty much does everything else better except for shoot, and that's not even that big of a discrepancy. So I'm more of a Rudy guy. Brian Russell, man, everyone should go buy this card. He's like 2,000 MT right now. He's the most lockdown possible Ruby card in the entire game. He's like the epitome of a 3-and-D guy, and off the bench I'm using Ronnie BREWER because I'm a Bulls fan. He plays great defense, and he's got Rudy Gay jump shot. So other guys you could be using in this scenario, like obviously the guys I talked about before, but we'll talk about some more Ruby guys. Michael Porter Jr. is another option if you don't want to spend a bunch of MT. He's arguably just as good as a lot of those guys, but Wiggins, Melo, Gerald Green, all guys you could use off the bench. They're not as well-rounded as some of the other guys, but you could run Shumpert or Karis LeVert. Wesley Matthews is a free card that you can run as like your bench 2-guard or your bench small forward. He's a little bit small, but at the same time, he's got excellent defensive badges. He shoots a good 3-ball. He's got an easy-to-time jump shot. He's got that gold flexible bronze range, so he's got at least a little bit of range. Gary Harris is just as good, but they're about the same size with about the same badge count. Lou Dort's much better defensively, but he's not as good offensively. But if you do need just an absolute 3-and-D stopper, like Lou Dort actually is really good. He's just small at 6'3". Like, I prefer Ronnie BREWER over those guys, but that's like a personal thing. Now, as far as power forward, I'm running Jonathan Isaac. Obviously, for just height and defensive purposes, he'll score the ball occasionally, but for no other reason than just for height. Off the bench, I'm running Paul Silas. He's just there to play defense and shoot the wide open jumper occasionally. Obviously, I'm not relying on him to score at a high clip. You can't really even upgrade his shooting badges at all. So he's literally just there to attack the basket occasionally. And if you want to do that more frequently, upgrading his quick first step is the way to go. There's just not very many power forwards. Like if you wanted to use one of your main amethyst or above guys, this is another slot I recommend doing it. Like Antoine Jamison or a Blake Griffin or Andre Karolinko, somebody that's a little bit more multifaceted. Like I wouldn't use like a Bobby Jones, like a defensive stopper here, because you can just use Isaac for that. Off the bench, like Jabari Parker or Ruby, Bobby Jones work just as well. I like Paul Silas because he can't hit the open jumper. At the center position, Dino Raja. That's what I'm using. Keeps my overall a little bit lower. Also, he is an absolute monster at literally everything. You can run point center with him, just gives me an extra ball handler, and then Thonmaker off the bench. Both those guys are really similar in how they play. Now, obviously, you could use, like I said, Blake Griffin, Kristaps. If you don't want to spend an EMT, Sabonis is actually a really good option. He can kind of point center as well, and Chris Bosh is a cheap option you could use. But Sabonis has like gold range and a bunch of facilitating badges. He's really, really good as well. Now, as far as Ruby guys, if you don't have Thonmaker or Bol, like Mutombo, Whiteside, Ruby Raja off the bench, or Larry Sanders all work really well. Those guys aren't going to bring you much in the way of offense, like Whiteside, Mutombo, and Larry Sanders, but Hassan Whiteside is one of the best defensive centers in this game. So the idea is just to make sure you have a well-rounded team. Like my team, everyone can shoot, everyone can defend, everyone can handle the ball if necessary. All right, so we're playing against, the Detroit Hoes. That's very classy. So right off the bat, you're going to want to protect yourself against three-point shooting. Tight off ball, tight on ball. Make sure to go over on all screens. Like, yeah, you're going to get killed if they're running a 5-out going to the basket. But with the team we put together, you should be able to outshoot their squad for the most part. No help on the drives. If they're driving to the basket, let them get the 2. Fuck it. It doesn't really matter. As far as freelances, I always go Hawks 2018, and then I either go Bucks or Pelicans. Just kind of depends on my personnel. In this scenario, I'll probably end up going Pelicans realistically, just because I'm not running a lot through Jonathan Isaac, so I'll probably run through Pelicans, so it's going to be more guard play. And then I run Piston Snap if I want to get more of like a pick and roll situation going, and run the ball through Jarrett Jack a little bit more. Then I go down to coach settings and coach sliders. I usually turn help defense down to like 20, just to keep a little bit of help, but don't overdo it. And then turn adaptive coaching engine off, because it'll just basically change everything you just did if you leave it on. Proficiency doesn't do anything, so it doesn't really matter. But this dude's got a pretty solid team. He's running Jeremy Grant. I forgot to even mention Jeremy Grant. That's another really excellent power forward option, and he's free. You could realistically run him and Sabonis with a bunch of rubies and be just fine. So, right off the bat here, Jarrett Jack's going to control. I just broke Daniel Gafford's ankle so bad, I don't even think he's recovered. And Dino pop. Yep. Oh, okay, never mind. But we're going to be doing a lot of that. A lot of, we're going to bank that Daniel Gafford can't, wow, Jesus. We're going to bank that Daniel Gafford cannot keep up with Dino, because he definitely cannot. And Good's team's really good. I don't understand why he's using Gafford, but whatever. Rudy Fernandez is there as an offensive spark. Like I said, he's kind of a 5-tool offensive guy. He can do anything. He can facilitate, he can shoot, he can attack the rim. Oh, he's also got Brian Russell? Okay. Jarrett Jack just drove past everyone. Dino. Now, that's why Dino's here. Specifically for that. He's specifically here for pick and pop. Damn, Grant's wide open. Oh, and he botched it. Nice. All right, so I'm running some point center with Dino. Feed that to Isaac. Dunks. Boom. Like I said, well-rounded team. We can attack the basket. We can shoot threes. We can play defense. We can do everything here. Now, realistically, honestly, like, I generally think that Big Blake is going to be better, or Big Blake, Dino, I should say, is what I mean, is going to be so much better than Big Blake, in my opinion, anyway. I don't know exactly how true that is, realistically. It's just kind of a personal opinion on that. I don't know. I just think that Dino makes more sense overall for the squad, but either way, I mean, it's 9-7. We're doing all right. I'm not really, I don't know. I'm not like crazy confident, but I think we got this game. Cliff Hagan's kind of annoying because he can shoot from like half court, but like all we got to do is play up on him and he'll be fine. All right, Brian Russell on Brian Russell action. No worries there. All right, so Jarrett Jack's going to push the ball up here. Like, we're going to rely on Jarrett Jack's speed a lot, and we're going to rely on Jonathan Isaac's ability to get to the basket. All right, come here. Right past Jeremy Grant. Boom. Jonathan Isaac, like I said, is going to bring another type of energy to the squad as well, which is really important. There, get out of here. Like, he brings some versatility to the squad. I don't really trust Jonathan Isaac shooting the ball, though. That's kind of the thing. Oh, that was a terrible shot for me. I'm just not that great at hitting Jonathan Isaac's shot. I don't really know what it is, but like something's wrong there for me. But either way, like everything else he does, I can hit wide open, but I'm just not consistent with Jonathan Isaac personally. But a lot of people are, so we're playing some tough defense. He can't get any work here. Get out of here. Oh, all right. So like I was saying about Brian Russell, man, my man can dunk real hard. In addition to playing defense and attacking the rim. There we go, Jarrett Jack splash. There we go. So as you can see, I'm shooting 75% out here. I haven't shot too many jumpers. I've been more, attacking the rim. There we go. Daniel Gafford, you don't want it. Why are you using Daniel Gafford? I'm a Bulls fan. I wouldn't use Daniel Gafford. There we go. Oh, terrible pass. Donovan Mitchell. Yep, get out of here. All right. So he has no advantage when it comes to Brian Russell. I literally keep saying Byron. I don't know why. But he has no advantage in regards to Brian Russell just because... What was that? Rudy Fernandez. I just was highly touting you. Damn, good shot. Oh, wow, I didn't see how bad he released it. But either way, over Brian Russell and booms. All right. So we're moving the ball pretty well. We have lapped out to a 17-9 lead here. I should have stole that. So as you can see... Excuse me, what is going on right now? And that led to an open three. 2K does not want me to prosper, apparently. Over to Raja, and bam. Boom. I usually don't rim run this much, but honestly, it's just... The team's fast, man. My team's quick. It's kind of hard not to get to the rim at this point. But I'm loving Brian Russell right now. I actually like the cards a lot more from today, a lot more right now than I did during the pack opening. Like, maybe it's recency bias, but I think a lot of these guys are really, really good. Oh, hit that. Let's go. Jonathan Isaac with the absolute smack at the end of the quarter. So we got a 10-point lead going into the second quarter. Probably let the bench unit come in, see what we can do about that. Never mind. We're not going to let the bench unit come in. All right, so we're going to play another game. Tony Roten, T-Mac, Jonathan Isaac, Ben Simmons, and Chris Bosh. Shit. All right, he's got T-Mac, but the problem is he has absolutely nobody surrounding T-Mac that can shoot consistently. Like, Jonathan Isaac and Tony Roten can definitely hit, but... Yeah, so right off the bat, we're going to throw Brian Russell on T-Mac, and we're going to throw Rudy Fernandez on Jonathan Isaac. Jonathan Isaac's not like a huge offensive threat. Brian Russell is the best defender I have on my roster as far as on the wings or guard position. So we're going to throw him straight at T-Mac and hope he can slow him down. I don't know. Wait, why do you have Tracy McGrady guarding two people? Like, T-Mac's the GOAT, don't get me wrong, but he can't play defense on two people at the same time. Whatever. What is going on with this guy's court and jerseys? Honestly, they're kind of sick. I'm not going to hate. Like, they're pretty sweet. All right, my man's got a full Kobe court, so you know he's going to be sweating his ass off. That's going to be a problem. I said Kobe coat. All right, so we're going to go straight into Hawks freelance here. Jarrett Jack, hit it. Nope, miss. So usually I run Hawks freelance first, and if they're figuring that one out pretty quick, then I'll switch it up and either go Piston Snap or I'll go Pelicans or Bucks, depending on my personnel. That's just me. So that's 2 in a row that he's run pick and roll dunks with T-Mac, which means this is probably what he's going to do all game long, which is fine. Usually it takes me a second to figure it out, but either way, Dino Raja with the catch and shoot again. This is the reason he's on my team. Like I said, Blake Griffin, Chris Bosh, all those guys can do exactly what Dino Raja does for my team. I just prefer Dino over those guys because he has that massive wingspan and can grab an ungodly amount of rebounds. That's why I prefer him. But realistically, like, when you look at his role on my team, any of those other big guys can do it. Kristaps, all those guys. Except Dino does have the innate ability to run point center. Why do you have Ben Simmons? This is going to kill your spacing. Oh, Rudy Fernandez, wet. There we go. Rudy Fernandez, I love his jump shot. The Steph Curry base on the guard is so much fun. I hope they start putting it on more guards. I don't know. It just feels right. It just feels right. Also, it's just funny watching somebody with that much arc. You know, like that much arc come off a dude who's like 6'7". Like, it just doesn't look right. Like, I want to see Steph Curry's jump shot on like Dino Raja. The shit would be like 14 feet above the rim. All right, so we got Jarrett Jack again. We're going to move in and find, yep, Brian Russell wide open, cash. All day, like all day. I don't spam rim running as much as I could, especially with this squad. It'd be pretty easy to do so, but I just like to shoot threes. Tracy McGrady. So, T-Mac is so annoying, dude. I'm not gonna lie, I want that T-Mac card so much, but I'm not insane. I'm not gonna leverage all my MT just to get that one card. That, I mean, he's not gonna be outdated for a while, like longevity wise. Oh, there we go. Good dunk, Fernandez. Longevity wise, just like that pink diamond T-Mac last year, like he's going to be more than usable for a while. But at the same time, like I have to basically kill my entire team just to get this one card. And honestly, I can probably replicate the same amount of production from Rudy Fernandez and Dissinger and a bunch of other like budget guys that we're going to get, rather than supplanting my whole squad basically just to get T-Mac. I'm a T-Mac stan, but I'm not insane when it comes to this game. All right, we're running with Dino. Oh, Jarrett Jack wide open, splash. Bam, bam, bam. All right, so this guy is biting so hard on the drive to the rim, so maybe he changes that at some point. Maybe he starts to figure out that I like to kick it out. Get out of here. Good block. And it, of course, goes right to Chris Bosh, who hits a jump shot, but it's fine. I still got a 1-point lead, and I'm not playing great right now. Eventually, Tracy McGrady is going to get tired, and eventually he's not going to be as fast, and I will still be fine. There we go, Dino. So that's what we just got to wait for. When you're playing people like this, man, who are just abusing one player, you just wait him out. Realistically, like, he's just going to keep doing this same play and dunk it with T-Mac, which is fine, but eventually he's going to get tired. He's going to slow down just a little bit. It's going to be a little easier for me to get over and cover him. My bench unit can more than hold their own. Oh, yeah, there we go. Brian Russell. He's got goal range extender. Don't leave him open that deep. Come on now. But I'm going to kill him with three-pointers because he's biting so hard on the drive to the rim that it's... Yeah, there we go. Jarrett Jack. Nice steal. Who's getting the ball? Who's getting the rock? Brian Russell almost did. Oh, straight to the rim. There we go. 8 points for Brian Russell already, man. I'm a big fan of this card. Like, I remember DBG having like a full-on like hard-on for this Sapphire Brian Russell at the beginning of the year, and I didn't quite understand it because he wasn't really that good. But this Brian Russell really is that good. I understand. I can only imagine the joy he's feeling in his heart right now. All right. Good lead. The key is, all right, so the key with this guy is, like, realistically, once he realizes that, you know, he can shoot three-pointers with Tracy McGrady, it's going to be kind of difficult to contain him. Like, once he figures out that if he just fake drives and then shoots a three, like, it's going to be really hard for me to defend that. Hit that Rudy. Splash. Then I'm going to have issues defending him on the offensive end. But it looks like he's very one-dimensional with his game plan. Looks like he's just going to attack the rim constantly. He doesn't have any other shooters, so I've been kind of just apprehensive to just triple team T-Mac. But, I mean, in retrospect, if I really wanted to sweat out and win this game, I could just paint camp with Jonathan Isaac, and there's not much, and then just, like, routinely switch over to Brian Russell when I wanted to contest shots. Because he's just going to do that every time. But honestly, I have enough of a lead that, like, if it starts to get close, I'll do that. I could run into a 2-3 zone as well at any point in time. Like, there's definitely options. Oh, Raja, let's go. To stop this type of thing. Like, if you, realistically, you could go into a 2-3 zone or a 3-2 zone, and there's probably nothing you could do, especially with the team that he has built. Like, Ben Simmons can't shoot. I don't even know why I stepped out on that. Doesn't matter. Get out of here. Jonathan Isaac can shoot, but he doesn't have Deadeye, so if you contest it even a little bit, it's going to hurt his chances. There we go. Go to the rim. Nice foul. Honestly, good foul. And if it was another player, it'd make sense. I think Brian Russell's a good... No, he's not really that good of a free throw shooter, so fouling Brian Russell on the way to the rim is not like a bad idea either. Realistically, if you're playing against him and someone's just attacking the rim with him, just foul him. He'll, especially if he's fatigued, he'll start missing free throws. I got a 30-16 lead. Bro, I didn't even realize it. That's crazy. Dude, just pass the ball to someone else. Look, I love T-Mac more than anyone in this world besides T-Mac's mom probably, but like, I would still pass the ball. Let's let the bench unit come in here and get some shine. Oh, let's go swipe that. But like, dude, shoot with somebody else. Clearly I'm locking down T-Mac. It's actually frustrating me that you're not doing this. There you go, JARRETT Jack. Like, fuck, dude. Go get, like, anyone else. Let Tony Roten, like, drive the paint. Let someone else... Oh, my God. He's just still using T-Mac. Jeez. Alright, yep. He said, nope, I can't use T-Mac as much. I gotta go. So, as you can see, this squad is pretty formidable and limited this week. So, definitely try to use a version of this. Obviously, if you don't want to spend that much on Dino, understandable. You can always run, like, a Chris Bosh or... just someone who can operate as like a third or fourth ball handler would be ideal. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think of the squad down in the comments. Let me know if it's working for you or any of that stuff. Also comment down below if you're having any issues with limited. Let me know what you think of the packs from today. Let me know what you think of the cards from today. And as always, I'll be back with another market video a little later today, so definitely check that out. And check the description for all my stuff. I'll be streaming tomorrow night if you guys are interested. So peace out, man.